Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. Welcome back to my channel, So it's UJ. So today we're going to make a short bubu gown with a V neckline. That's this crop neckline you're looking at. That's what we're going to make. So if this is what you're interested in, then continue watching. Okay, so for this gown, we're making use of this Ankara fabric with a crepe. The black is the crepe. So the Ankara fabric is 2 years. That's 2 years of Ankara fabric and crepe. So what we end up making use of in that crepe is just half yard. Okay. So now we are going to start cutting. So fold our fabric into four. Fold it into two. Then you fold it again into two because you're cutting both the front and back together. So this is it. Okay, so after folding, then we'll take our markings. The first thing we're going to do is to rule out our starting line. So we're going to rule out our starting line. Okay. So that is it. We've ruled out our starting line. So the next thing now, we are going to take our measurement. Now remember that this is a together shoulder. Both the sleeve and the shoulder are together. That's the way we are making this bubu. We are not cutting the sleeves separately. Both the sleeve and the shoulder are together. So now I'm trying to get our full length. And for this dress, I'm making use of full length of 38, and we added 2 inches. So I added 3 inches actually for folding, because sometimes why I do add more inches for folding, more than 2, is so that if later I want it to be longer, I can make it longer. If I want it shorter, no problem. So that's why most times I add more than 2 inches for my folding. That's for the hemming allowance. Okay, so that's our full length. So from the full length now, I'm going to add my hemming allowance. So if you want to add 2, no problem. If you want to add 1, depending on what you're saying, but I would advise you add more than 1 from 2. Okay, so this is it. To add our hemming allowance or sewing allowance. Okay, so connect the lines. Connect the lines. Okay, so this is it. So now the next measurement we're going to take is our shoulder and sleeve together. Now from the center of your shoulder to where you want the sleeve to drop, that is the measurement you are going to take now. And this measurement, you are taking it towards the opening part, like where my tape stops now, where I'm marking now is where is the opening part of the fabric, the side that is open, the opened part of the fabric. Okay, so now we got 16 from the center of our neck to the sleeve where to stop is 16. Now for our neckline, we use 3 inches wideness to 1.5. Now this 1.5 we use there, this is for the back neckline. 3 inches to 1.5, 3 inches wideness to 1.5 depth. This for the back neckline, and it's a round neck. Now for our V neckline, that's for the front part. So for this front neckline now, I went in by 9 inches. Remember the wideness is same as the front wideness. So after going in by 9 inches, I went in by 1 inch. Don't know if you understand what I did. First of all, I went down by 9 inches. Now on that 9 inches, I went in by 1 inch. Now I'm going to connect it straight to that 3 inches wideness we got for the wideness of the neck. So just watch what I'm doing now. You see, just connect it. How to take off the ruler so that people can see what I'm doing. So that is what the front neckline will look like. Okay, so that is it about that. So this is it. Okay, so now we're going to mark our armhole slash. Okay, first of all, we went down by 1 inch. That's for our shoulder slope. Then we connect it. We connect it to the neckline. That's our shoulder slope. We connect it to the neckline. So that is it. Okay, so now we're going to mark our sleeve opening or armhole open, anyhow you want to call it. So now I'm going to come down by 10.5 inches, depending on how wide you want the sleeve opening to be. Now this is just like our round sleeve. Okay, so I went down by 10.5 inches. Now after that 10.5 inches, the next thing I'm going to get is our hip measurement, our hip circumference. Now that's our hip divided by 4. That is what I'm going to use throughout, both on the bust area, on the hip area. That's what I'll just mark and take it down straight. So that's what you see, our hip, round hip measurement divided by 4. That's the hip circumference divided by 4. Whatever I get, I'll add in my sewing allowance to it. Then I'll take it down. Now remember, this is a boo gown. You don't take your actual client measurement. Most times I add 2 inches or 3 inches to the client's measurement, depending on how big or free the person wants it to be. So now I'm going to connect. I'll connect the lines. Like I told you, is the round hip, the hip circumference divided by 4. That's what I use straight down. Then I'll connect it to this sleeve opening that serves as our armhole. Now I'll just connect it to it and give it a little curve, just little. It won't be too curvy, just little. I'll just give it a little curve. Okay, so that's just it. So now we're going to cut. We just cut everything out. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. For those that have not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so now we're going to cut everything. We're cutting. Okay, so now we're done cutting. Now I want to separate it so that we can cut out the front neckline. So now we're going to take off one and make use of one for the front. You know that both the same measurement, it's just that neckline that differentiates. So now I had to mark out the wrong part of the fabric. Okay, so this is it. This is the front neckline. This is what I'll use as the front panel. So now I'll just cut out the front neckline. So this is it, just the way I mark it. I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so this is what it looks like. See what it looks like. Okay, Okay, trying to mark the wrong side of the fabric. So this is it. So this is the front and back. That's the front and back. So now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take it to the machine and join the front and back shoulder together. That's front side facing front side, right side facing right side. I'll take it to the machine and join it together. See? Just sew it like that. Right side facing right side. That's the next thing I'm going to do now. Okay. Off to the machine we go. So now I'm done joining it, the two shoulders. Okay. Remember I told you it's right side facing right side. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my round neck from the back to the front. Just watch what I'm doing. See where I'm starting from. I didn't take the center. So I'm going to take the round measurement from where I started. You saw it. I'm going to take it round to where the other edge also. I didn't take the center of the front. Please take note of that. I didn't take the center of the front. I just started from that edge. Okay, so this is it. So that is it. Whatever you get, add like 3 inches or 4 to the material you're going to use and turn it to the V. Okay, like this now. I didn't cut out the actual length. I added like 4 inches. So this is it. This is like the wideness is 4.5. Remember we went in by 1 inch and it was on fold. That was 2. So this is 4.5. Now this 4.5, now when I fold it, it will be 2 1/4. So this is it. Now the length, I told you whatever you get as your round neck, both the front and back, add like 4 inches to it, so that after sewing whatever is remaining you trim it out. I've already fused it with paper stay. So what I'm going to do now is I will notch the center. You see, I will notch the center. Then I'll bring the fabric, the gown we are making. I'll also notch the center. You see, that's the back, that center. I'll also notch it. So this is it. Now I'm going to take it to the machine. I'm going to sew it round from that notched area. I'm going to sew it round. You see that notched area? Now I'm sewing it front side facing front side, from the front side. Our cloth now is on the front side. I'm going to sew it from the front side. Yes, so I'll place it. That's the front side of the right side of the fabric. I'll place it like that. Then I'll sew it round. So the way I'm sewing it, I'll sew it when I get to the to I'll sew 1.5 inch into the fabric, like half inch after that mark, that edge where the V neckline stopped. Don't worry, when I'm done sewing it, I'll show you guys. When I sew from the center to that V neckline, I'll stop. I'll sew from the other side again. When I'm done joining, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like, because it seems my camera did not capture it very well. Okay, you see what I'm saying? This is what I was trying to explain. We went in by half inch into the neckline. That's the sewing. That was where we stopped. Just half inch. I think here I explained it better. You see where I shocked? That's half inch into the neckline. Let me turn the front so that you're going to see it very well. So this is what I was trying to explain. So you see now, I was sewing, and let me check it for you guys to see. You see, after that edge, I went in by half inch. That was where I stopped the sewing. Okay, so you see it. I think it's clear and I see. So this place I'm touching now is where I stopped the sewing. Now I have to go to the edge and notch it. Not where I stopped sewing, no, but the edge. I will notch it. Please don't cut your sewing. Okay. So I'll notch the two sides. We'll notch the two sides. So you see it. Already notched the two sides. So now we're going to turn it in. So just look at what I'm doing. Okay. So we take in that half inch also. Okay. So you see. Taking the half inch also. Okay, just like that. Then iron it out. You can use your pin to pin it down. So you see how beautiful it's looking. Our neckline is already coming out. So use our pin to pin it down. You pin the outside. Okay, so we also go to the wrong side and also pin it down. See, you hold both the neckline, that was the attach the black fabric, and that half inch. You see that half inch we used. Okay, you hold it. Then we use your pin to pin it down. We're going to sew it straight like that. But first of all, use your pin to hold it. Then you take it to the machine and stitch it. Okay, so we are done stitching it. You don't see what it looks like. So now we're going to iron it out. See how beautiful it's looking. See how beautiful it's looking. So this is it. So we're going to first of all trim it out, the excesses, trim it out. So start trimming it out. If you like, you can top stitch. Some people stop stitch. If you like, you can top stitch on it. If you don't want, you can leave it the way it is. So that is it about that. So this is what we want to use and turn the sleeve. This black fabric. So first of all, you take round your sleeve. You take the round measurement. So whatever you get. So this is mine. Now for the width, how wide you want it to be, depending if you like whatever you want. If you want two, if you want three, you do it that way. So for mine, I used to, so I'm going to attach it to that round sleeve. I'm just going to place it front side, facing front side. Please know this is the wideness of this. I had to fold it into two, and I feel stay on it. So this is it. I already sewn it. So this is how it is looking. It's coming out so fine. So now we're going to start shaping our gown. Now from the shoulder, I went back down by 17 inches. Yes, 17 inches. Just watch what I'm doing. Now from these 17 inches, I'll go down by 7.5 inches. See what I marked? 7.5 inches. Now that is where our pockets will be. That is where our pockets will be. Then I'll do same thing to the other side. Now I'll now start taking I'll use my hip just like we did. I will mark it. Whatever remains, I'll share it on both sides. That is how I shape. Whatever remains, I'll divide it into two and share it on both sides. I'll mark it out just like I'm doing. Okay. Also mark out the other side. The same thing. Then I will leave that 7 inches. That pocket allowance. I will leave it. I'm not marking anything on it. Then I will go to the down part. I'll do the same thing. My hip divided by two. Whatever I get, I will mark. Whatever it remains, the allowance remaining, I will take it, divide it into two, and mark it on both sides. Please, here is hip divided by two, no longer four, because we are already shaping. It's hip divided by two, not four. Please take note. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. Whatever I do on one side, I'll do it on the other side. You see our pocket allowance, the space where our pocket will be. I didn't touch it, and that's how I'm going to sew. See that area? I'm not going to sew on it. So I will shape from there, stop. I'll stop there. I'll continue from the other side. Okay. Now for the sleeve, round sleeve, I'll just go in by 1 inch. I'll just go in by 1 inch. Okay. That is how I'll, okay. So that is it. I'll just go in by 1 inch. Then I'll sew it. Okay. So this is it. I'm done shaping it out. Like I told you guys, I'm not sewing the I wasn't going to sew the pocket area, and I didn't. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is it. Trying to trim out the thread. So this is what our gown is looking like. You see that pocket area? I didn't sew it. You see? So you see? So you see? Okay. So now we're going to fix our pocket. Now this is our pocketee. That's our pocket bag. I'm using another fabric. This is a black pocketee. The black fabric. That's what I'm using for our pocket. Now let me show you guys how you do it so that this black material won't be showing after fixing your pocket. You know, sometimes when people fix pocket, you see that it shows. Now for the measurement I used 12.5 inches for the length, and for the width, that's the wideness on fold. I think this is 7.5 on fold. That is 15 inches. You can make it 7, that is 14 inches. You can make it, if you want this longer, you can make it longer, but that's what I used for mine. Okay, so now this is what I'm going to use. See the main fabric, that main fabric. Okay, after sewing, this Ankara fabric is what will be showing by the side. I just took in like 4 inches wideness. The length is same as the pocket bag. So you see, now I'm going to fold the edge just a little and stitch. The same thing on the other side. So now let's go over to the machine. so that I will show you guys what I was talking about. So you see, I'm just going to fold the edge, just little folding, then I'll stitch it down. I'll do it on the both sides. So like I told you guys, I'll do it on both sides. So this is it. Now when I'm done, I'll turn it to the other side. So I'll hold the edge also, so that while joining it to the pocket, it won't be shifting. I'm trying to make it stable. That's why I'm sewing this other side. Remember, there is a curved down. That's down part of the pocket, there is a curve. I'll also do the same thing there. So you see, okay. So just like this. So after that, I'll trim out. Okay, trimming out the excesses. Please, my sewing was very little, like very small, so that while weaving, I'll just weave it out. So this is it. Now I'll do same thing to the other side. I'm done with it. See what it looks like. So there's a two pocket bags. That's pocket C. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. So now this is our pocket area, our gown. So this is what I'm going to do. You see those spaces I left, that space, that's from the 7 inches space I left. I'm going to top stitch on both edges. Like you see this place now, I will top stitch them. The other place also, that's the down part, I'm going to top stitch it, so that it won't lose after fixing the pocket. Now after that, that place I top stitch, this is the right side of the pocket. This place now I'm touching is the right side. I went up by just half an inch. The same thing, this place I top stitch, I went down by just half an inch. Now this place I'm marking is where my pocket will start from. Gong gong. Like, I don't know if you understand. That's where my pocket will start from. See, I'm doing same thing here now. I went up by half an inch from that place my stitching stopped. Then the same thing, I went to the down part. From where my stitching stopped, I went down by half an inch. Now let me show you guys. Okay, now this is me top stitching it. I'll top stitch. Please, where I'm top stitching is that area where my shaping started from. That is where the 7 inches allowance started and stopped. That is where I'm top stitching. Do you see it? You see it? So now let's fix the pocket so that I'll show you guys what I was talking about. See the way you see the way I place the pocket. That's the pocket bag. So you see it. That the open side is facing the pocket. Okay. Please, the curved area will be on the down part. So now I'll take it right side, facing right side of the fabric. So you see where it's starting. That place I marked, that half inch I went up by. See? Okay. So that's where my pocket is starting from. Now the reason why I went up by half inch after that place I stitched is because I don't want, after sewing, the pocket to be popping out. I don't know if you have seen it, where someone will wear a dress with side pocket, inner side pocket too. But you know, like, if not because the person, this one after sewing, if not because the person will put his or her hand inside, this is a gown, you won't notice that it's a pocket. Okay, so this is it. So you're going to sew it down. Please remember, you are sewing with the same while sewing, make sure that the pocket bag and the allowance on the pocket bag and the allowance on the gown are the same, they're equal. Just watch what I'm doing now. See what? So now I'm going to stop at that other place I marked. That is where I'm going to stop. Okay, so that's where I stopped. Then I'll flip it to the other side. I'll place it also, making sure it's equal with the one I already sewn. You see? See? I'll make sure they're equal. Okay? So I'll do the same thing. I'll sew it down. Please remember to top stitch at the beginning of your sewing so that the pocket won't lose after sewing. Okay? So I'm sewing it down. Our gown is almost ready. Almost ready. Okay, please just follow these processes. You get it right, it will come out very fine. I also stop at that place, that half inch I went down by after the 7 inches pocket allowance. That is where I'll stop my sewing. Okay, so cut out our thread. Same thing here. I think later I will make a tutorial on how to fix this pocket, a separate tutorial. So now see what will happen here now. You see this down part? See this down part? I'm going to close it. Hey, let me use a chalk and show you guys. I'm going to close it down, making sure my sewing connects to the other part. You see? So I'll close it down just like that. Like I was saying before, I think I'm going to make a separate tutorial on this, how to fix a pocket to a gown, side pocket to a gown using different fabric other than the material you're using to sew. I think I'll do that. So this is it. So now I'll go to the up, go to the up. That's this top part of the pocket. We are still going to stitch it. Let me use a chalk to show you guys. Just like maybe half an inch, we stitch it down. Remember, we are still going to weave this pocket back. Okay, so we'll stitch it down. Okay, so we'll do same thing to the other side of the pocket. So now later we're going to weave. You just weave it round at the edges where there is. So you remember we've not weaved our gown, so just weave it while weaving the gown. Okay, so that's it. Now this is what our gown looks like. See our pocket. Here you see. Are you seeing any black fabric? No. You see? You see? So this is it. So now what we're going to do now, we're going to hem the gown. That's the down part of it. We'll iron. After ironing, we hem it. Whatever is your full length, that's what you're going to use in hemming. We're going to use and fold it. So this is it. Okay, so now we're going to trying to hem it. You take your full length, mark it, then whatever allowances that is remaining, use it and fold it inside, just like what I'm doing. So whatever remains, I'll take it round. I'm trying to fold the down part, that's hemming the gown. That's my folding allowance. Okay, now we are going to see this folding here. We'll make use of our iron. We use our iron to fold it out. After folding it, fold it inside. Then we can now take it to the machine and sew. If you don't want to sew, you can use your hemming gum to hold it, whichever way you want it. But this one, I'm going to sew it. So this is it. I'm trying to cross check our full length, making sure it's equal. Making sure they're all equal. Okay, so now fold it in. So after folding it in, I'll just go and sew it. That's all. Then our gown is ready. So you see how beautiful our gown is. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.